Hello, everyone. My name is Hannah, and today I want to share something very personal and special. The story of the first time I ever wore a hijab, and why for me it felt peaceful, natural, and even beautiful. You know, many girls might say their first day with hijab is scary. They feel nervous, shy, or unsure. But for me, it was different. It was soft and calm. It felt like something warm was wrapping around my heart. And the reason is very important to me, my grandmother. Before I reached the age of taxif, one of my friends started wearing the hijab, and I remember walking into class and seeing everyone surrounding her, making fun of her and asking a bunch of questions about what was on her head. They called it a scarf because they didn't know what a hijab was. When I saw that, I got even more nervous. I remember thinking, what if they do that to me? What if people make fun of me? What if they surround me? I was terrified of what people might think, but that all changed. My grandmother arrived in Canada after I hadn't seen her in 2 years, one day before I reached the age of taxif. One day before everything in my life was supposed to feel more grown up. But instead of feeling pressure, I felt excited because she was here. When she walked out of the airport with her gentle smile and warm hugs, I felt like a part of my childhood had followed me all the way to Canada. Her presence made me feel safe, like everything was going to be okay. The next morning, she opened her suitcase like she was opening a treasure box. Inside, she had packed the cutest hijabs ever. Soft fabrics, trendy colors, and styles that looked modern but still modest. She said, "I chose every piece for you, so your first days in hijab feel beautiful." I wasn't expecting that. And I think that was the moment when hijab stopped being something I had to do and became something I wanted to try. When I looked in the mirror with my first hijab on, I didn't feel embarrassed or shy. I felt proud. I felt like myself, just a more confident version. But it wasn't just the hijab. It was everything my grandmother did for me during those days. She taught me how to pray word by word. Not with strictness, not by rushing, just with love. Whenever I made a mistake, she didn't correct me with frustration. She would just smile and say, "Don't worry, sweetheart, Allah loves gentle learning." Every day she told me stories about patience, generosity, and faith. We acted out the stories, laughed, played, and I learned what it truly meant to be a Muslim girl. Not with fear, but with joy. At that time, my mom was working full-time. She didn't have the hours to sit and teach me all these things, even though I know she wanted to. But my grandmother filled that space with so much kindness. During the day, she would teach me how to pray, how to read surahs, how to behave with good manners, but she always made it fun. That night, she slept beside me, telling Islamic stories until I fell asleep. Her voice felt like a soft blanket over my heart. Those moments made Islam feel beautiful. Not heavy, not scary, beautiful. So, when my first day of hijab arrived, I didn't feel nervous at all. Because before the hijab ever went over my head, faith had already settled in my heart. I wasn't doing it out of fear or pressure or to please anyone. I did it because my grandmother helped me understand the beauty behind it. She showed me that hijab is not just a cloth. It's confidence, identity, love, and a connection with Allah. She made me feel proud of who I am, a Muslim girl learning, growing, and finding my own path. Even now, every time I wear a hijab, I remember her voice, her gentle hands fixing the scarf, her stories, her patience. I remember how she made the beginning of my Muslim journey a journey of joy. And I know that one day, when I'm older, I want to pass that same love, softness, and patience to someone else. So this is my story, the story of my first hijab, a story shaped by love, faith, and the warm presence of my grandmother, who arrived in Canada at the perfect moment of my life. I hope this story reminds you that faith grows best when it's watered with kindness, with patience, and with love. Thank you for listening, and thank you, Grandma, for making my first steps in hijab so beautiful.